Okay, we're back for game 3 now. Hopefully there's no connection issues
No
this time.
issues here. Yep.
So because it was a glitch and an issue with Oliver's connection, Bob gets the game 2 win. So Oliver's going to be on the play for the final game.
And they both keep 7-card hands. We'll see full grips for the last game here.
And just to remind people, because this is the Grand Champion, they play all 3 formats. It's best out of 3 over standard, modern, and legacy. That they have said that they're going to play in the order of standard, modern, legacy. So if the winner of this wins modern, then we don't need to play legacy at all.
And just a land pass. This time a traverse for a land on turn 1. No Thraben Inspector getting in there this game. Finds his blue mana.
So he's got his next. Well, he's still got 2 lands.
2
in
more
hand.
lands, yep. We'll see if we see a turn 2 play out of him.
But no interest in casting blue yet, especially on turn 2. So it means he's got no counter spell for turn 3, no hard counter spell for turn 3.
And Oliver comments that there's no inspecting going on this game.
Well, that's
And a
interesting.
Kefnet out of Oliver here. That's one I didn't expect to see. It looks like he had a lot of land because he's cycling a 5th land from his hand there. Still has the forest and the island plus that cycler he just got rid of.
And I think as well for Bob, his deck probably has all the removal to deal with this as well.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see any declaration in stones in the first game, but that or cast out.
The cast out, yeah, will be enough.
I don't really see too much Stasis Snare around at the moment.
Mm-mm.
Although watching the SCG Invitational, I was watching it yesterday actually with the blue-white monument decks.
Yeah.
Todd Anderson was running the Stasis Snare in his build.
I've looked at 5.0 deck lists on MTG Goldfish for Monument from Magic Online, and it's about 50-50 people running Cast Out versus Stasis Snare.
That I feel very familiar. That was I think in the first week it was spoiled. It was touted as a popular emerge target.
Yep. Because it does get you the card on its way out. Pupper alert.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting test of Oliver's removal.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be taking 2 a turn instead of 1. He probably would have been hoping to save the harness lightnings.
And here it comes. Little fox getting in there. I would guess that means we're going to see maybe a card draw spell. Oh, and another fox coming in.
This is going to be interesting for Oliver now. Give him something to think about. Oh.
And it's getting censored.
Ouch.
That fox cannot talk. Should have played the land first. Gets punished for waiting until after to play his 4th land. Traverse and...
No, I think Oliver will be loving that as well.
He actually does have Delirium, so he can find whatever he would like with this, because he has an artifact creature, a land, and a sorcery.
I think his splash into... I don't even know what the splash is actually. I think it's a blue splash.
Yeah.
I was going to say... whatever his splash is probably costing him a Sanctum of Ugin. So he can't keep recurring the Deep Fiends. But he does have the mana now to emerge the Deep Fiend. He needs one more blue.
Yeah, still needs the blue mana.
Looks like Oliver missed a land drop, did he?
He did.
Although that'll mean Kefnet can get in next turn.
Unless he has another counter spell waiting for something here. And the Fox gets in again.
Yeah, Bob's got his 4 mana open against 3 open mana, so Gideon's an option here as well.
And then if you're Bob, you're just praying there's no negate sitting in his hand or another censor if you slam a Gideon here.
I mean, probably from Oliver's perspective, you could almost let the Gideon resolve because Kefnet will draw a card to go to 7.
That's true.
To go to 7 and just finish the Gideon off.
Essentially, it's a 4 mana 2/2 or a 4 mana emblem, depending on which way he goes with it.
Yeah, the other thing Bob's got to be careful of here, Kefnet, if he gets another land, Kefnet can actually draw and hit him on the
start
flop.
drawing. Just an inspector.
Yeah, I think Bob's pretty desperate for that second blue source now. But with Oliver missing land drops, I think that it'd almost be a match winner to get that blue source.
And looks like he doesn't have it in hand. Well, he could still, but unlikely he would have played it there. He's still got a forest sitting back, though. And it looks like Kefnet just going aggro. And hopefully, let's see if he gets the land to follow it up this turn.
Cracking before damage, so he's possibly looking for...
Yeah, I don't know what at 2 mana he could have.
Blessed Alliance, I think.
Yeah. And Familiar gets Magma Sprayed, so no card for Bob out of that Fox. As it gets exiled instead of dying, so it doesn't get the card draw.
I think if he's kept the Magma Sprays in, he might have also kept the Sweltering Suns.
Yeah. And he did miss another land drop there, so not what you want to see if you're playing the blue-red control deck, not hitting lands on turn 4 or turn 5.
But I think Bob really needs to get something done soon.
Yeah.
All this draw for Oliver with nothing. As soon as he gets that 4th land.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is.
That'll help, unless...
Essence Scatter.
Yeah, not many. That's about the only 2 mana counter. And there's the island too, so he's sitting pretty right now. Let's see, does he have Deep Fiend mana? No, he's 1 short. If you want to do a merge off the tracker.
Yeah, I think has he still got another forest in hand?
He does, yeah.
So he's got a forest and a Deep Fiend we know of.
Now, I guess Kefnet might stay back for blocking now. Oh, nope, still just getting in there. Maybe that means he has another Magma Spray for the Tireless tracker, although it wouldn't kill it now because of the clue crack, so we'll have to see what happens here.
Does he have the land drop? No,
he's digging.
But if he's cycling the sensor there, it makes me think he doesn't have a counter spell either.
No. Maybe a Harnessed Lightning in hand or something of the sort. Thing in the Ice.
Yes, I think that's out of the sideboard in this deck.
Yeah, definitely. Not the best right here, though, because that tracker is big enough to just go right through it. Although Bob does have to be careful. That Kefnet, even at 3 lands, Kefnet getting in there will kill him in short order. See
And
what the thing in the ice does.
Also, Bob's only 1 land away from hard casting that Deep Fiend. I think that could actually be lethal.
Let's see. He's going to take 4 here.
Go to 11. Oh no, he's too short.
Yep. 1 short with a clue crack.
But if he cracks the clue, he can't emerge the Deep Fiend from the Thraben Inspector.
Ah, that's true, yes. It may be correct still to emerge and just deny him another turn. We'll see.
Yes, if he emerges and denies the turn, he'll get in for...
Just running out of mango. He can emerge off of this Manglehorn now, so this is basically...
lethal.
A free Manglehorn, a free turn, and yeah, should be...
I think Bob's got the standard. It's very unlucky for Oliver to have his net connection issues in game 2 and then get mana screwed in game 3.
Let's see if he does emerge it here. Yep. And here it comes. And he just leaves him with 1 land untapped. Taps down both creatures, 2 lands, and can swing in for lethal with a clue crack next turn.
The only thing that could possibly save Oliver at this stage is another untapped red source with the Harnessed Lightning.
Or a disallow on the cast trigger would buy him a turn. Because his creatures would get to stay untapped.
A disallow would put him to 5 cards and mean that
Kefnet that's true. Kefnet can't block anyway. Looks like he has something. I guess a Censor would also get rid of the Deep Fiend here, since he did tap out to play this.
Well, a Censor would be quite punishing at this point. Yeah, I think if he senses and has a red source so he can harness lightning the tracker, then he's okay.
Looks like maybe just a Void Shatter, so
okay, so
still going to get tapped out. He'll take 5, but he'll live through the turn.
He'll drop to 6, or drop to 5 because, or possibly 4 depending if he plays a land and cracks for the tracker.
Yep. And does he hit a land on this turn? He still does have his land drop if he finds it. And it looks like no, because I would think he would just play it in main 1 and then pass. Oh, nope, I was wrong. He plays it in second main. And we do see the forest that was there.
6, 7, so put him to 4.
It looks like he's doing it. Cracking 1. Note that he's leaving himself that double blue open in case he draws another Deep Fiend that he could sack the tracker.
Yeah, and
again on the upkeep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so he can emerge from the Inspector as well. Because I think whether he puts him to 5 or 4 here doesn't make a difference. Yeah, so it looks like he's lining up to emerge the Inspector.
We'll see if he has it here.
If he does, it's game. Yep.
And he does.
Well, after game 1, when we were a bit unsure about what was going on, he's shown how the deck works. So the Tireless Tracker was...
any counter spell that saves him here?
5. I'd assume he would be targeting the 2 jewel lands with the 2 creatures.
Yeah. Disallow on the cast trigger and he still dies. Disallow on the Deep Fiend and he still dies. So I don't think there's anything that gets him out of this.
I think he can censor the Deep Fiend, and then he could possibly have a chumper, like another thing in the ice.
That's true. Yes, he could have a second, and it looks
Oh,
like it's disallow. I don't think that'll do it.
Now he'll get the chumper here, the thing in the ice.
But he'll have 2 creatures.
It depends.
If he disallows,
I think
he's got
to disallow the creature.
But then his creatures get tapped, and the tracker is lethal.
Is he targeting the? Oh, it is too. Yeah.
He did target the Kefnet, the thing in the ice, and both dual lands. So yeah, he's still. The Kefnet can't block, so as long as Bob swings with both, that's game.
Unless he's got the Harness Lightning here.
Yes.
With a red source.
With a land drop.
So
he would have had to have it in hand and draw a red land.
Oh, looks like he's going to slow roll if he's got it.
Slow roll us to the second main.
No.
And he doesn't have the land, so that should be game.
Unsummon is not legal until next week, so that's not going to get him out.
And there's the GG.
And so Bob takes the first one, the standard series.